my name's Jorgen, and today I'm going to show you how to make a plunger head for homemade Nerf guns, or anything for 1¼ inch, 1¼ inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe. So the things you're going to need, it's actually not that many things. So some 1/2 inch PVC, some 3/4 inch PVC, a 3/4 inch PVC end cap, 3/4 inch PVC coupler, and some O-rings. Number 8 O-rings will work, but these ones that I have here are 1¼ inch by 1 by 1/8 by 1 inch by 1/8 thick. So it helps when finding your O-rings to bring some samples of PVC. Go to a hardware store. Usually the guys there will get out their caliper and they'll get you something that works. So plunger heads aren't just limited to 1¼ inch PVC. Right here I made a smaller one that can go into 3/4 inch PVC. The possibilities are endless, but for this video I'm going to show you how to make one like this. So now we're going to make the first cut. We're going to take around a 1/2 inch off so that we still have some bonding surfaces here, but it can be as short or as long as you want it, but for now I'm going to take about a 1/2 inch off. You don't need a miter saw to do this, by the way. If there's one tool you need, it's probably a Dremel. So I'm going to jig it up using the coupler so that it's spaced relatively even. So get down. And that should about do it. Try and keep this as sturdy as you can. Oh, and one more thing. If you're using a miter saw, use a blade that has a lot of teeth. If it's just like a wood cutting blade, a lot of the times it'll just shatter the plastic. So. So now we're left with this shortened end cap. This will help save space later. It's also important that it's consistently long enough. So try and make sure, if you have a caliper, that it's around the same thickness all the way across. Doesn't have to be 100%, but it helps. Once you have your 3/4 inch end cap cut, it helps to bevel around a 15-degree angle on your coupler so that when it moves it pushes the O-ring up against the inside of the tube. But don't go too crazy on it. And the best tool for this is a Dremel, by the way. Now that it's done, we should have a little bit of like a cone, almost. If you feel like it, you can do it to the top piece as well. It's not as important for the top piece unless you want the plunger to be going both ways, but it's more important for the bottom one if you're building a Nerf gun. So the next step is to test fit this together on some 3/4 inch PVC. And put the O-ring on there too. You might need to experiment with O-rings. So get yourself some silicone spray and just spray a little bit into the pipe so that your O-ring doesn't like stick, I suppose. So now you should see that it will slide freely. That's good. So now, take a Sharpie or whatever and just mark where you need to cut on there. Next, just repeat this process, but with the 1/2 inch PVC instead. Just like this. Next step is get your Dremel or rotary tool with a sanding drum and just sand out the inside of 3/4. It also helps to bevel the first edge of the 1/2 inch PVC. Once that's done, switch to a smaller bit if you need to, and Dremel out the inside of the 1/2 inch PVC. It doesn't need to be much, just enough so that the 1/2 inch CPVC will fit snugly inside. So now it's time to assemble it. I pounded the end cap of this on here. It has enough friction to where it'll be fine. And now I'm going to get some PVC cement. This. People will say that you need to use the primer. You really don't. This just welds the plastic together using chemicals, so it's plenty. So I'm gonna get it on the inside. I've been using this stuff for a while, so the fumes don't affect me like they did the first time. But if you're new to it, make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area. So now, gonna just push it on here. You don't want it to be too far, so try and make sure that it's even. And yeah, that should do it. If you beveled the edge of it, make sure that you leave a little bit of room for the O-ring to move around. I mean, it's not supposed to be tight, so. Because if you put it in too far, it'll always push the O-ring up, and then it'll be too tight and too much friction, and it just won't work. So now that we have this glued on to the 3/4 inch PVC, we're gonna glue in the 1/2 inch. So same procedure, just and if you beveled the edge, make sure you put that edge in there. It just looks more professional. But this isn't really a part that'll be seen much, so. And now, what I'm gonna do is get a rubber mallet. And there. Now it ain't coming out. So, final step is put some 1/2 inch CPVC. The CPVC is different than regular PVC. This stuff is smaller and actually has more, I don't know, but it's 5/8 outer diameter and 1/2 inch inner diameter. Now, when you're ready, just grab some more PVC cement. Give it a little turn, and there, wait for it to dry and you're done. This is exactly the same method I used for the plunger on this rifle right here. Thanks for watching.